Well, welcome everyone to another God experience. I'm a little behind on these. I think I'm going to have to skip Rebirth, which was 2 weeks ago, and just go back to Rapture. So, this is the God experience of Rapture, which was last week. Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, the week of Revolution, what was it? Reaction and Revolution Rebirth, and the week of Rapture. Those 2 weeks were like, woo! They were really tough on a lot of people. It was tough on myself, physically, emotionally, stuff coming up, but definitely physically. We had lots of solar activity, a lot of proton activity. And what that did is I didn't realize is that it actually, I hope I'm remembering this correctly, it lowers the Schumann resonance. So I think we got really low rather than it being like the regular 7 hertz, whatever that normal is, it went down for a bit. And so it just really dragged people down. Those 2 weeks were just, but absolutely perfect because, physically rough on you, but also bringing up that stuff that really needs to be looked at that we thought we healed. And yeah, yeah. So it was really rough for me, physically, definitely physically and emotionally. So I just have to skip Rebirth. I don't think I could just go back in time and think about that. Anyway, so let's quickly look at Rapture. And to be honest, I can't even remember what Richard says about this, but I can just share with you. Um, when I was contemplating Rapture, even before I read the book, what I heard was and what I was experiencing in my body was rupture, and that we have to have a rupture in order to have rapture. And what I was feeling was I could feel the feelings of the previous week coming up, like the week of reaction, all that stuff coming up. And it was coming up during the week of rapture to be ruptured, but it was coming up. I could feel it coming up. This was in meditation, coming up from my belly, from the sacral, from that area, and rising into the heart. And the heart just needed, or this area just needed to open and like allow it to come up. But it's almost like the emotions will come up and like rupture the heart so that it opens up, and so that there are no more boundaries, right? There's nothing about processing it in the heart or feeling it, but perhaps, yes, feeling it, but letting the feeling rupture inside of you. And that's what creates rapture. Anyway, and not to my surprise, when I read Richard's explanation in the book, he absolutely says the same thing, but in different words. And he talks about the deeper consciousness goes into the body, which would be, down to the sacral or the solar plexus. It starts bringing everything up, and it has to come up into the heart to be processed, washed away, and yeah, exploded into nothingness, which is the foundation of all of these cities that we've done so far. And what I'm noticing is, like, almost every week the foundation is the number 7, or the abilities is number 7. Like, the number 7 is all in, is like the foundation of most of these cities. And the number 7, of course, I talk about, is about healing the heart. I mean, all these numbers have very different, varying levels of meaning. But the 7 also talks about, taking the two yous, the not self and the true self, and integrating them. The number 7, let's see, healing the heart. And it's also, the 7 is also the space of transition and rest. It's the space of no space, right? And let me just read you a little meaning I heard. The meaning of number seven. The number seven is the foundation of God's word. It derives much of its meaning from being tied directly to creation and symbolizes completeness and perfection, both in spiritual and physical. And the number seven is used like in everything, right? 7 days of the week. And what happened? And in the hexagrams, there are 6 lines, and then there's a space. Well, that space is number seven. It represents we've ended something. We're in the space, no space. Yeah. And that no space is equivalent to self-realization to the fourth state, or Turiya. You can look that up, but it's the place of what they call absolute reality. So, of course, we have 7 days of the week, and what happens on the seventh day, on the Sabbath? Of course, we rest. We do nothing. There's nothing there. So, let's look at the word rapture. Share a screen. Oh, can you hear my little cat in the background? So here are the two words, rapture. I know. Hello. Okay. Peanut says hello, everyone. Peanut was also sick a week or two ago. Well, yeah, the last 2 weeks, and he's feeling so much better. He's going to tell you about it. So here we go with rupture and rapture. And what do we have? We have 7. We have the foundation of rupture. We have to heal the heart. And what happens is the 12 represents kind of the vanity of vanities, the ego. The ego has to be ruptured. And then we are in alignment with God. But in order to reach rapture, we need rupture. And rapture, the foundation of rapture is that we have to be in the fourth state. We have to have self-realized this transparent space that we are. And of course, the ability of that is the rapture comes through our heart. That empty space, as it comes through the heart, is then a very strong felt vibrational frequency, right? But that space of no space is a non-frequency area. So this whole idea of trying to raise your frequency in order to get to these cities or enlightened cities, you can't do that because it's a non-vibrational space. Anyway, so there you are once again in alignment with the divine mind reaching full soul consciousness. So that's rapture. Is there anything else I want to share with you? I don't think so. So in order to have rapture, we need a rupture. And what do we need to rupture? We need to rupture the entire ego structure. Everything that's here has to rise up into the heart and be processed and cleared. And then we can really not just integrate the two yous, that not self will just fade away. And what's left is this beautiful, perfect, complete, transparent you of no space and every space. Okay. So that's rapture. I hope you had a rapturous week last week. Okay. Till next time.